Intercontinental Championship match tonight. We've got lots to talk about. Obviously, the sad news about Sarah Lee. Don't know, that one caught me by surprise, to be honest. We can talk about it. A couple of trademarks, interesting trademarks, have been filed by WWE. Nothing too massive, but interesting all the same. Bray Wyatt going back onto Spotify. I'm very confused about this, so we can touch on that. And I'm quite happy to talk about Alexa Bliss as well. Don't know if you saw, but she responded on Twitter to some criticism, and I thought that was kind of interesting, and the response to it was kind of interesting as well, so we can touch on that also. But yes, tonight on SmackDown, we've got Roman and Logan face-to-face. We've got Gunther and Sheamus in an Intercontinental Championship match. That is going to be a banger. Actually saw a tweet from Bret Hart, who said he had the pleasure, the honor, to be at ringside at Clash at the Castle for their first Intercontinental Championship match. And he was really, really impressed. And so I'm sure he'll be watching tonight as we get the rematch. And as well as that, we've got Ricochet taking on Solo Sikoa. It's actually not the biggest of previews. We've had some previews recently that are a little bit bigger than this. There's not loads of things that they've previewed. What I would say is that tonight is a go home. I don't know about you. I always go into them with my expectations lowered because this is all about final touches. Please tune in on Saturday. This is the card. These are why these people don't like each other. Blah, blah, blah. But all the work has been pretty much done. So you just don't tend to get any kind of big shocks or surprises. You don't tend to get like big moments. In a way, it's very interesting that we're getting Roman Logan. And they're building to not tomorrow, but the next show. It's kind of really weird that WWE would distract in a way. I wonder if they're hoping that some people might think that these two are going to be facing tomorrow. And so is it a way of getting people excited and tuning in tomorrow and confusing people? I don't know. I'm sure they're going to be crystal clear that this is Crown Jewel and that it's taking place on such a date. But you know as well as I do, there'll be people that will watch this. They will know there's a big show tomorrow. They'll put 2 and 2 together and they'll be like, oh, Roman Logan, big show tomorrow. Roman Logan tomorrow. So I can definitely see people, not everyone, but some people, casuals, making that mistake. I just wonder if that's a strategy. I wonder if this is timing or is that a little bit of a strategy? It's just weird. It's weird that you would kind of take the focus a little bit away from Extreme Rules and like on the go home show for Extreme Rules and do such a big segment for Crown Jewel. I just find that very strange. So, we can get your thoughts on that as well. But I want to jump into the chat. Obviously, a lot for us to talk about. We'll try and touch on all of those as and when through over the next hour. We'll get to everything. But I want to see what you lot are talking about, what you lot are saying. John saying, do you think both Raw and SmackDown will have new theme music? I think there's probably a good chance of that. Obviously, we did a video on the new commentary teams. I think the reaction to that has been very positive. Seems like a lot of people, the noise I'm getting is that people are really pleased about Wade Barrett coming up and they're really pleased that Kathy Kelly has come back. And so these seem to have been very, very popular appointments. Look, minor changes is what they're saying. Changing the theme music, I think that's a minor change, personally. Like, I know the theme music matters, and I know, it's significant. But I think if you're going to have minor changes, I think changing the theme music would be that. Because I think it was WrestleVotes that said that there was going to be changes to commentary teams and minor changes as well. So a lot of people have been asking, does this mean we're going to get new sets? Do you class that as a minor change? I have no idea. I'm not expecting new sets, but there could be little tweaks. Again, all I've got to go off are these minor changes. So could we get, is a new set a minor change? I have no idea. I'm not expecting a new set. I don't know that we need a new set. I don't know. I feel like the sets are fine. They're fine. They're not spectacular. I mean, they look great, but obviously you just get used to them. They do a job, but you just get a little used to them. I mean, I think we all would love something a bit iconic like the fist. I mean, that was iconic. I said before, when you went to a show, like a SmackDown show, just seeing the fist live was something significant. Like, if you go to a show, you want to see certain superstars. You obviously want to look at the merch. Like, you know, there's lots of little things you want to do if you go and see it live. And one of those things was seeing the SmackDown fist live. That was significant because you see it on TV. It's a little bit of a, not a landmark, but you get my point. Like, it's something that you have seen on TV and now it's there. I don't know that people feel that way about the current sets. If you see the current sets live, is anyone getting like that bothered about it? I feel like they could have something for Raw, something for SmackDown. Doesn't have to be the giant fist, could be anything, but it would be nice if there was something just for each show, just to make them a little different. And maybe even then, you know, if you went and saw it live, that would be something you'd be looking forward to seeing as well. So I don't think we need massive set changes personally. But if they've got a great idea, then yes, sign me up. I have no emotional connection to these sets. I just know that they could be worse as well. We've had bad sets. So, like, these ones do a job and they're all right. So it would be a gamble. But, well, let's see. As I said, I'm open to anything and everything. I'm certainly not down on the idea. I'm just basing it on Wrestle Votes, who said minor changes. So we'll have to see. Hayden, shout out to you. Hayden said, Days, how are you today? I'm doing all right, man. I'm living my best life. I had a nice little rest yesterday. I've been playing a lot of Fallout 3 recently. Because it was on sale on Steam. And it's a game that I've played before, but I never completed. I got, 50, 60% through, something like that. And then I think I got lost. Seriously, can't remember what happened. I just remember like getting stuck and not really knowing how to progress. I don't know why. I don't know how. It was a long time ago. So yeah, it was on sale, so I bought it. So I've just been having a bit of downtime, playing a little bit of Fallout. Thursdays are, normally quite a quiet day. We obviously did the video about the new commentary teams, got our thoughts out about that. So we still did some yesterday. But yeah, no, I'm feeling good, actually. I'm feeling recharged. I'm feeling ready for this weekend. And what a weekend it is. We can actually start our Extreme Rules coverage earlier because we was going to do the boxing. But sadly, that's cancelled. So that means now tomorrow, there's no UFC tomorrow. I believe it's a week off for the UFC. So no UFC tomorrow. The only thing tomorrow is Extreme Rules. So we can start nice and early. We can do, I think it's scheduled for an hour and a half before the kickoff show. So we're going to be live. We always do. We'll be nice and live, nice and early. Any of those last minute rumors, thoughts, predictions, whatever. News, like leaks, whatever. We'll be here for it. We can cover all of that. We can then go into the kickoff show, and whatever happens tomorrow, we will be here live reacting to it. So big stream tomorrow, of course, because potentially the return of Bray Wyatt. Potentially, have to say potentially, even though it looks pretty much guaranteed. But yeah, potentially the return of Bray Wyatt. I'm still not sold on the idea of the person actually being there. So if it is Bray, I don't know that he's actually there. The only thing I'm hoping for tomorrow is that by the end of tomorrow, like the show, we 100% know who is behind White Rabbit. That's all I need, right? I don't need the person to be there. I don't need the arrival of a new family. I don't need anyone being attacked. I don't need any of that. The only thing I'm looking for is by the end of Extreme Rules, do I 100% know, no doubt in my mind, it's absolutely confirmed. We know who it is, who is behind White Rabbit. That's all I need. That's all I need. Because I've said before, there's so many shows coming up. You've got so many Raws, so many Smackdowns, so many pay-per-views. You know, you've got Crown Jewel, you've got Survivor Series. But, you know, the TV ratings are so important that, you know, even just Raws are important. Like, Raws shouldn't just feel like, oh, it's only Raw. Shouldn't feel like that. Every Monday should be really important. Every Friday should be really important. They should be unmissable shows. And in order for them to feel that way, you need surprises, you need big moments. And so, you know, it should never, ever feel like, oh, it's only Raw, it's only SmackDown. And it has felt that way in the past. It has felt that way. But this is why we don't need everything at Extreme Rules. Would people like everything at Extreme Rules? Of course they would. Of course they would. Of course they would. Everyone wants everything now. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to know who it is. I want to see them debut. I want to see a new family. I want to see them attack someone. Like, they just want everything, right? And I get that. I understand that. But I'm totally fine with us taking our time, enjoying the journey. Totally fine with that. So, yeah, as long as by the end of Extreme Rules, we just know who it is. Lovely. Thank you. That'll do. I'm a simple guy. I don't ask for much. As long as I get that, I'll be a happy boy. So, yeah, I'm doing good, Hayden. I hope you're well. 87 Stevens said, Days, they should have Undertaker release his powers and give it to Bray Wyatt, having Bray's body glow blue with thunder and lightning and earthquakes, says 87 Steven. Kevin said, WSG Days and chat, can you guys keep me in your prayers? My dad passed away. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Kevin. Really sorry to hear that. What do you say to that? I mean, what do you say to that? Absolutely in our thoughts, but that's horrible news. Horrible news. TV ratings don't mean nothing to me, says Jim. Hello, Jim. Hope you're well. Alex said, Ghost Banana. There's always drama with Ghost Banana. I don't actually have a Ghost Banana. I don't have any bananas tonight. I might have one tomorrow, but no bananas. Not even ghost ones. Jaden said, mark my words, Bianca Bailey Women's Championship ladder match will steal the show. Justin Ardo plays said, do you think we see a White Rabbit clue tonight? Yes. It's the last one in it. It's the last chance. This is the final opportunity for some real buzz. You can always do something on social media, and that's fine, but 2.some million will tune in tonight to SmackDown. This is your last real opportunity to kind of reach those fans, get them excited for Extreme Rules. Tonight could even be the biggest It's Wyndham hint that we've had so far. I mean, honestly, tonight could be one that leaves you with very, very little doubt. If you've still got doubt, and obviously, if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know the journey we've been on. We've kept an open mind throughout this process for as long as possible. And, you know, we just really do find ourselves now zoning in, honing in as to who it is that's behind this. And there's little doubt left. Little bit there, just a little bit, which I will always keep, just in case it does turn out to be a swerve, a troll job. I think that would be horrific if that's what they've done, because I think they've done it completely wrong if that's what they're trying to do. But I think it's pretty much Bray. So I think there'll be one more clue tonight. I think it could be quite Bray heavy. And then obviously that will just ramp up the excitement for tomorrow. Really, the goal for tonight's show should be whatever level you're at for Extreme Rules, it should increase by some percentage. Even if it's only 5%, 10%, it should increase your excitement for tomorrow. That's the job of tonight's show. Obviously, to let people know as well that don't know that there's a big show tomorrow. That's the job tonight. But for those of us that watch every week, can we turn our excitement up a little bit more? Can they do that tonight? So that's kind of what I'm looking for tonight. Even if it only moves by 5%, fine. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. It's a go-home show. Low expectations, but I'm hoping that we get a juicy White Rabbit clue and something that's very Bray-esque. That's what I'm expecting. Ethan said, have you heard about Legado del Fantasma debuting tonight? I have, yeah, I've heard they're on the way. Interesting. I mean, to be honest, this is a very different time in wrestling. So, you know, for me, I don't know why on a go home we are focused so heavily on the next pay-per-view, Crown Jewel. You know, as I said, like Roman, Logan, we could do that next week. I don't know why we're doing it this week. I feel like this show really should be Extreme Rules tomorrow, Extreme Rules tomorrow, Extreme Rules tomorrow. Did you hear Extreme Rules tomorrow? Oh, Extreme Rules tomorrow. That's what this show should be. Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules. So the fact that we've got Roman and Logan Paul both being on the show face-to-face promoting Crown Jewel is just, it is a little bit strange. It's a little bit strange. I'm not saying we've never done this before. I'm not saying that we've never done this on a go-home before. I'm just saying that it's quite rare for us to use a go-home show to promote a show that's not that weekend or this weekend coming. And then also, if they are going to debut Legado, that's a bit strange as well, because unless they're going to do something for tomorrow, because what do you want people talking about after tonight? Surely the conversation tonight should be, oh my God, I'm so excited for Extreme Rules. Not, oh my God, did you see there's a new team arrived? Or, oh my God, I can't wait for Crown Jewel. The conversation really on social media should be Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules. So this, look, we're kind of learning new things about this Triple H way of doing things. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying that all those kind of preconceptions that I've got of what a go-home show is like and how you would book a go-home show and what the expectation for a go-home show is, everything's under question at the moment because we're constantly seeing things out of Triple H which are just that, you know, a little bit different. I'd say there's a few little things there that are kind of interesting. They're kind of interesting. They've caught my eye. Elliot said, think Sheamus wins tonight and Imperium win tomorrow. It frees Gunther up for Gunther versus Roman at Day 1 or Rumble. Sheamus versus Solo for the US next feud. Elliot, shout out to you. I think there's a chance that Sheamus wins tonight. I hope he doesn't. I don't want Gunther Roman at Royal Rumble because I just don't see Gunther winning. And to be honest, if he loses tonight, to free him up to then lose to Roman, like at Royal Rumble, I'm not a fan of that. I feel like Gunther is someone that can absolutely be world champion. I feel like he is someone that can get there in about 12 months. I think SummerSlam, like this time next year, around that kind of time, I can see Gunther absolutely being a world champion. I think that, you know, look how quick they moved him to the Intercontinental title. It was really not long at all. And I think the reason they did that is because they want to get him on TV every week. They want to have him like on a win streak, make him look like a monster, build him up, this monster heel. And then when you've got a baby face that's got a championship, you can then do this baby face champion against their biggest challenge, Gunther. Gunther is going to be King Kong Bundy. Gunther is going to be Andre the Giant, right? Not completely, but like in regards to we're going to build him as a monster heel and then smash him up against the babyface champion. That's my gut feeling. So to be honest, I don't know that I see Gunther Roman. Again, we're learning different things under this Triple H regime. So could Triple H want to do that match? Maybe. Maybe Triple H is thinking, look, Roman's massive star. Gunther's a monster heel. What happens if we smash them together? I mean, maybe. But I'm still going to keep it a little old school and say that Why would we do heel versus heel when we don't need to? What we need to do is we need to build Gunther and have him ready for when a babyface is champion. Not Roman, a babyface is champion, because that babyface is going to need heel challenges to try and overcome. And, wow, if we keep doing what we're doing with Gunther, just imagine that. Imagine Cody versus Gunther. Like, imagine that match. Or, you know, whoever, like, goes on to win one of the titles next year, babyface against Gunther. And certainly a Gunther that's not been beaten. A Gunther that's still kind of undefeated, if you will. Don't know how we'll do that unless he surrenders the Intercontinental, but, you know, we can cross that bridge. But to be honest, I wouldn't have him lose tonight. I wouldn't have him lose tonight because I would have that in my mind. I'd be building him towards that rather than, you know, having him lose tonight and then lose to Roman at the Royal Rumble. I feel like we're just throwing Gunther's early potential. Because they wouldn't bury Gunther, but his early potential, I think we'd be throwing that away. So, not the direction I would personally go, but Sheamus has definitely got a chance tonight. He's definitely got a chance tonight. Definitely, yeah. Great match, their match at Clash. I mean, it won so much praise that they might look at Sheamus and think, well, he deserves to have a title and have something to shout about. He deserves something to brag about in his own right. So let's make the switch. Let's free Gunther up. Gunther can have a few feuds. And, you know, again, you know, we'll see where we are around WrestleMania time, kind of a situation. But I'm hoping he keeps the title. Kenneth said, shout out days. Are you excited for Bray's return? Do you think he comes back with The Fiend or other characters? Who does he feud with? We did a video on that, buds. So I'm thinking it's going to be a Wyatt family. I'm thinking it is going to be him. I'm thinking that it's going to be a Wyatt family. The reason why I'm thinking that is mainly because the clues have pointed to so many different people. It's difficult to see who he might be targeting as well. And some of those clues just have felt very Judgment Day. You know, again, when Bray comes back, he's going to be a massive face, isn't he? He's going to be a huge face. So when he comes back, he needs a monster heel. And he needs a monster heel, not like Gunther, but he needs a monster heel that he can beat. Because, again, going back to what I just said, I don't want to see Gunther losing at the moment because for me, Gunther is main event heel for a champion down the road. It doesn't serve Gunther any benefit to be losing feuds at this stage in his career. We need to build him, you know. As Andre was getting ready to face Hogan, like we didn't have Andre jobbing out to people in the build for that. Same with King Kong Bundy. Like we didn't have Bundy losing to a load of people as he was building up to facing Hulk Hogan. So I certainly wouldn't be having Gunther jobbing out to people as we're, you know, building him up. So you need a monster heel, but you need a monster heel that can take L's. And that's hard to find, really hard to find. And that's why I kind of lean towards Judgment Day, because Judgment Day are a faction. There's a few different members. They can all take L's. Collectively, Judgment Day takes the L. If Finn gets pinned once, if Damian gets pinned once, if Dominic gets pinned several times, you know, you can make a story out of it. If Dominic keeps taking the pin, then Judgment Day are going to start getting upset with Dominic. But what this is doing is it's creating a story about friction within the Judgment Day, but it's giving Bray Wyatt dubs, and Bray will need dubs. And my point is, Judgment Day can absorb L's. They can absorb it. There's ways you can make it work. Not so sure you can make it work as well with Gunther unless you've got Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser taking the L's, taking the pins. So Imperium lose, but it's not Gunther that's taking the pins. But yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. So my gut feeling is probably a Wyatt family, which I think would be the right way forwards. I think someone like Dexter would be good in a Wyatt family because he feels unhinged. He doesn't feel like anyone else on the roster. Like, he doesn't talk. He doesn't do promos. He communicates through drawings, and we've not seen that yet. But just think about his drawings and how that could feature within a Wyatt family. And his stare and the fact that he's kind of comes across as quite psychotic. It just works really well. So love that. Braun's back. Makes total sense. I think Braun being in a faction is much better than Braun on his own. We've spoke about that so many times. So yeah, I just feel like the pieces are there. Not all the pieces. I feel like they would need a Rowan or a Bo Dallas or someone. I think you need 4 guys. 3 you can kind of get away with, I suppose. Makes me think of the Shield, Imperium, Brawling Brutes, New Day. You can get away with 3, but I kind of think like 4 would be pretty good. 4 would be pretty good. That way you can have someone go after the main title, mid-card title, and then you've still got 2 to go after the tag belts. So, I don't know, could it be Braun, Dexter, and Bray, and that be it? Maybe. I know a lot of people want to see Carrion go in there, but that's not one I'm crazy about, to be honest. I feel like Carrion can absolutely make it to the top on his own. Doesn't need Bray. And I don't think Bray needs him, to be honest. I think there's enough other options out there that, you can have Alexa or Nikki ASH. You can have Rowan come back. You could have Bo Dallas, as we said, Dexter, Braun. We could go down the roster and easily find people that could go into a Wyatt family. So, yeah, I'd actually leave Carrion and Scarlett out. I'd leave them out. But I feel like Dexter's a really good fit. I'm not sure I don't know where his ceiling is. I don't know how high he gets on his own. Whereas Carrion, I think, can get to a world title, So, hope that answers your question, Kenneth. Jose said, future of the Bloodline, specifically Jey Uso. Why Jey Uso? Are you thinking that he's falling out with them and he's going to go off on his own? See, I don't think that. I think they tried main event Jey and it was all right, but I never felt like there was much further or much more we could get out of it. I never looked at Jey Uso and thought, damn, I wish he wasn't in a tag team. Like he'd be amazing on his own. I never really felt that. I just felt that we're trying to do something with him whilst Jimmy was out, injured. So I think the story here is that Jey doesn't trust Sammy. I think something's going to happen. Sammy's going to let them down. They're all going to turn on Sammy. Jey can be like, I told you you couldn't trust him. And he's, the others will come round to Jay's way of thinking, unfortunately. And this is going to get a load of sympathy for Sammy. Sammy's then going to go off and either form a tag team to go after the tag belts, or what I'm hoping is go after Roman. Either way, he's going to be a massive babyface, I'm sure of it. But I think, sadly, the others will come round to Jay's way of thinking. So, future for the Bloodline. I don't know that there'll be this massive split up, but I think they will eventually just kind of go their separate ways. The reason for that being that I think Roman's going to take even more time off as we, continue to get past WrestleMania. I think Roman is definitely got at least one eye on a film career and his family. And I think he is like starting to wind it down. I think that he's looking to work a reduced schedule. The days of Roman working all the shows clearly are gone. Clearly that's over now. He's already been on the main roster for 10 years. The point we made the other day was that Hulkamania began in 1984. Well, actually, might have started before that, but really kicks off with him winning the championship against the Iron Sheik. And you can go all the way back before that to like the AWA, but forget that. Because really it hits the mainstream and, the WWE audience with like, him winning the title. That's kind of when WWE, who like to rewrite history, they always say Hulkamania started with him beating the Iron Sheik for the championship in 84. Well, if you think Hogan won in 84, he leaves WWE in 1993 and joins, I think, WCW in 94. So think about Hogan, like, say your prayers, eat your vitamins. think about his impact on the business, all the WrestleManias he main evented, all that stuff he did before he left and, went to WCW. That was about a 10-year period. So to think that Roman has done 10 years kind of puts it into perspective that, yes, absolutely, he's still got more to give, and I'm sure he will. But I think we can definitely start looking at his full-time schedule kind of winding down now. He's made his money. He's made so much money. Doesn't need money. I don't know how much money is motivating him. I think, he wants to be with his family. I think it's going to be filming opportunities. So I can see him going off doing that. It's just going to leave like the Usos kind of doing their thing. Solo obviously has only just arrived. I think the Usos will stick around to be with Solo for a while, show him the ropes. And I don't think the Usos are done, to be honest. I don't really get the impression that they're looking to wind it down. But who knows, once the Bloodline does kind of separate and kind of go back to how they were before, they'll always be family, but they weren't like the Bloodline. So I think it'll kind of go back to how it was, Roman on his own, Usos doing their thing, Solo doing his thing. And, that could happen, again, 12 months. I mean, I reckon within, I can see Roman still being Universal Champion at WrestleMania. I think The Rock's going to be involved. I don't see the Bloodline splitting up before WrestleMania. If anything's going to happen, it's going to be after that. So I think you can automatically look at May, June, July, that kind of time for when, things might start splitting. We could even get through to like SummerSlam. I feel like SummerSlam next year is going to be a really, really big show. Really big show. Because I feel like you can kind of piece together how things are going to go up until WrestleMania. And I think Roman feels like that's happening at Mania. But no one knows what's happening after that. No, I haven't got a clue. I feel pretty good about The Rock Roman being the match at WrestleMania. And we've felt that way for a long time. But what happens once we get past that? I don't know. I don't know. Anyone knows? So it's going to be a really, really interesting time. Obviously, the closer we get, the more it will become clear what's going to happen. But yeah, I think next year's SummerSlam is going to be a big, big deal. A big, big deal. Because I have no idea how it's going to pan out, but I feel pretty good for Rock Roman. Jose Serrano, hope that answers your question, buddy. I want to try and get to as many of these as I can. I just talk too much, don't I? Delwyn Jones, shout out to you, dude. Delwyn said, evening days. Did you see the news about Gable Steveson's lack of development within WWE? Had a lot to do with the heart issue. He's undergone heart surgery last month. Now he's back full training at the PC. Yeah, so I can remember us talking about this, and I can remember saying, there's more to this. I remember us saying that because it didn't sit right. He just wasn't getting it because he's an amateur wrestler. He's a fan of WWE. The kind of explosive movements, the agility, the athleticism that's needed to be a WWE superstar, he absolutely possesses. He's a gold medalist at the Olympics. And something wasn't right. And I can remember us talking about it and saying, look, there probably is some truth in the fact that he's maybe taking a little bit longer to pick this up than they would hope. But I certainly don't think that there's no way forward for him or anything. I mean, I wish I could tell you the streams that we had those conversations on, because I would tell you, go back, watch them. I promise you this is what we were saying, because it didn't sit right, that news, that he wasn't getting it. And there was a lot of people saying he's never going to make it and all this kind of stuff. It's like, nah, it doesn't make any sense. Why would he not be picking this up? How is he not getting this? I understand that amateur wrestling and professional wrestling are different. I understand that. But there's a lot of skills that do cross over. And, being able to grab someone and take them down. I mean, WWE do a great job of making celebrities look as good as possible, right? To the point where, honestly, people swoon about celebrity performances, because what they do is they show them some moves and they make sure that they can show those moves off in a match. It's as simple as that. Like, they play to the celebrity's strengths. Now, if that celebrity was to have match after match after match, night after night after night, they would soon get found out because they do not have a move set. They do not have the ability to get into a ring against any opponent and put on a quality match, right? They do intense training where they are preparing for one match, and that one match is what you see. And those moments are all designed to be there because they know the celebrity can do them, right? So taking that into account, right? How could WWE not get at least that out of Gable Steveson at this stage? Build up to a massive match at WrestleMania. Put him in the Rumble, because what have you got to do in a Rumble? Yeah, you ain't got to do nothing in a Rumble. Just, those moments where you're over by the ropes. Oh, is he going to get eliminated? Oh, he's held on. Wonderful, right? So you ain't got to do much in a Rumble. Then you do a few promos. Then you do one of those matches that we just spoke about that they have celebrities do. Do that at WrestleMania. I mean, honestly, without even trying, I can get a good couple of months out of Gable Steveson. Doesn't matter what level is that. Doesn't matter what level is that, right? I don't care if he's falling over on the way to the ring. Like, I could get a couple of months out of Gable Steveson with whatever level he is at. Because Rumble, super easy, yeah? Scripted promos, nice and simple. Put a manager with him. The manager can do the talking. Let's go full on Brock Lesnar. Just put him out there. Doesn't even need to talk. Have the manager do the talking for him. You know what I mean? Like, we can carry Gable Steveson through a few months. So it didn't make any sense whatsoever that they would turn around and say, like, it's not working. He's just not picking it up, because we can get some months out of him. And even if it's going slow, we'll get there. We will get there. He's athletic, all of this kind of stuff. He's explosive. I've seen all that. I watched him in the Olympics. We did Olympic watch-alongs. I've seen him compete. I know what he can do. And, even when he wins, like his celebration, he does like flips in celebration. The guy's huge, and he's doing like, somersaults in the air and everything. So, yeah, the news coming out that finally, the truth emerges that it's not that he's not picking it up quick enough. It's that he's had heart problems. Kind of makes you go, there's the missing piece. There's the missing piece. That's the bit of information we won't get in. So I'm pleased that it's sorted. I'm pleased that he's now back at the PC. I'm excited to see what he can get in there and do. I think he will be a big star for them. I think they're paying him a lot of money. I think everything I just said, I believe, is explosive, is athletic, all that stuff. I think he will pick it up. Where we are in his training, I really don't know. I can't see any reason, zero reason as to why he doesn't debut in the Rumble, at least. At least. He could even arrive before that, but there is no reason why he's not in a Rumble. Because to be in a Rumble is nothing. And then to have him on Raws and SmackDowns doing promos, we should be able to get him to that level. And if he's not, put a manager, put Heyman with him. Done. Put Heyman with him. And then we can build towards the WrestleMania match. And the WrestleMania match can be a super, super heavily scripted tag match. Think Ronda Rousey's first debut match that people loved. WWE do a great job with those celebrity matches where they tend to be tag matches, or if they are one-on-one matches, they're against someone that's got great experience that calls all the shots, and then they play to the strengths, and everyone goes, "Wow, that's amazing." So, I think he'll be absolutely fine, and it's good news. It's good news. So there we go, Darwin. Shout out to you. Right, okay, good. We can get to some of these. Right, Days, if I was fantasy booking, I would have the QR code be the Brody Lee tweet that said, "Tomorrow there will be more of us. It would be beautiful, in my opinion," says Scott. Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Matt Riddle all transitioned excellently from MMA and wrestling, so I think Steveson will probably be good in ring, said Straw Hat. Sieb said, have you seen WWE are looking to put Zelina Vega with Legado to replace Elektra Lopez? No, I haven't. I saw that she is due to come back, but I didn't see that they were looking to put her in place of Elektra Lopez. I don't know what that means we do with Elektra Lopez, if that is true. I mean, first of all, I'm not against it. I think Zelina Vega in that role is great. I think Zelina Vega is too small, to be honest, and that's going to upset some people, right? But I think she's too small. I think that she goes in as an underdog against like pretty much all the women. Like, because of her size, she is noticeably smaller than the women in the division. And she's not like Ray, who is flying all over the place and is like, got this amazing aerial attack ability. And he's, Ray is like a fly, isn't he? He's just all over the place. And, you can't quite pin him down. You can't quite get your hands on him. He's slippery. He's going in between your legs. He's missile drop kicking you. He's 619 in springboarding. Do you know what I mean? So, like, Ray is, I don't want to say the exception to the rule, because obviously we've seen smaller guys that have, succeeded and managed to make it work. But I think Ray is probably the best example. And but Zelina doesn't have that form of attack. She doesn't have those abilities, seemingly. So she tends to get in there and tries to, fight, basically. And I think she's put the work in. I mean, I've seen her training with Aleister Black, Malachi Black. I've seen her putting that work in. I've got respect for her. So I don't want this to get misconstrued, but I feel that her role as a valet and a mouthpiece and a manager type, I feel like that's where she shines. I feel like that's where she shines, and there's no shade on that. There's no shade in saying that someone does a better job in this role than they do in that role. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like saying, like, would Byron Saxton make a great world champion? No, he probably wouldn't, right? He's probably better as a backstage interviewer or an announcer or, a jobber. I don't know. But I can't see him being a world champion. And equally with Zelina Vega, like, I feel like she is someone that has got limitations in ring, some of them not her fault. But like when she's a valet, man, the amount of value that she brought to Andrade, it was incredible. Andrade was very much like he is now in NXT. Someone that's got ability, but just something's missing. Like in AEW right now, we know that he can go in the ring. Something's missing. Something's not right. Like we need something to point him in the right direction. Like there's no reason why Andrade can't get into world title matches. In ring, he is that good. But there's something missing. And this was exactly the same in NXT. And then they gave him Zelina Vega, and to the moon we went. Like NXT champion, banger of a match against Johnny Gargano. She was the missing piece for him. And they went to the main roster together. They got called up to the main roster together. And then WWE dropped the ball because they started messing around and they put Angel Garza in there, tried to make them a bit of a tag team. It just felt like Vince never really bought into it the way that Triple H did in NXT. But if Vince had bought into it and actually given them time, given them some good creative, good feuds, kept it Andrade and Zelina, I think that you would have seen him go on to achieve some great stuff on the main roster. But seemingly Vince just didn't see it, which I think is a real shame. So big fan of Zelina in that role. I think she does a great job. I think she is great in that role. And I think she'd be great with Legado del Fantasma. She is absolutely someone that can have matches occasionally. It's just, I just don't see her being a full-time wrestler when you've got, some real killers, man. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez is looking like a killer. Ronda Rousey is a killer. Like, they've done a good job building up Liv. And, Liv's had the title now for about 3 months. And I expect her to get past Ronda tomorrow as well. So, they're kind of building Liv up. You've got the 4 horsewomen as well. You've got, I would imagine we're going to do something with Alexa. It's just hard for Zelina to get into that conversation, isn't it? So yeah, I don't mind it. I don't know what that means for Elektra Lopez though. Don't know what we do with her. Wrestling with Trent, shout out to you. Said, have you seen the Extreme Rules Open? Have you seen the Extreme Rules Open? What does that mean? Have you seen the Extreme Rules Open? Oh, what? The video package that's going to open the show? No, didn't even know it was out there, to be honest. Is that something WWE have dropped early, is it? Do you know what? That's something UFC do. UFC do that. UFC, like the night before, will say this is the open for UFC 280 or whatever. And then they'll put it on social media. That's not something that I remember WWE doing. I can't remember us ever seeing the open to a pay-per-view being played on social media or anywhere before the show. So, I mean, maybe it's something they've been doing. I've just never known. Perhaps it's been put onto the YouTube channel. I've just never seen it. I don't really go on the WWE YouTube channel, if I'm being honest. So I could have been missing that, but nope. No one's ever sent it to me or mentioned it to me. Never been aware of it. So if that's happening, that could be potentially new. Carlo said, what about instead of doing an ad break, the White Rabbit song plays during a match or promo? Did you hear about Lesnar returning and going after the ref for the Fight Pit match tomorrow? White Rabbit, we don't know. We don't know if they've got the copyright to it. We don't know if they want the copyright to it. You see, the White Rabbit, you tend to follow the rabbit and it leads you somewhere. So this whole White Rabbit campaign could be leading us to the return of Bray Wyatt. But it does not mean that Bray is coming back as White Rabbit. Doesn't mean that this is going to be Alice in Wonderland themed. Doesn't mean anything. Like, you follow the White Rabbit to get to something. So this White Rabbit stuff might just be a separate campaign. It might only be to herald the arrival, the return of Bray Wyatt. So I don't know that we get it in a match, because as soon as you play White Rabbit on TV, cha-ching, you got to pay money. Whereas right now, I don't think they've got to pay any money because they're not putting it on TV. They're playing it in arenas, but most arenas, if not all arenas, have got licenses that cover whatever music to be played. As long as it's not being broadcast externally, if you rent an arena, you should be able to play whatever music you want in that space, because the arenas pay for a license to ensure that, you know, any music can be played, basically. But it's very different once it's broadcast on TV and broadcast around the world. What's really clever about WWE is they have gone, okay, that's interesting. We'll just play it in the arena then, right? So we don't have to pay. And lo and behold, the fans can do the work for us. So the fans record it. They put it on social media and it gets spread around. So it's clever, isn't it? It's clever. It's a way of, again, promoting and making it feel like a moment in the arena. We have never once seen it play on TV. They could play it. I'm not expecting it. I feel like the White Rabbit stuff is a campaign to bring someone back or to announce something, or it's leading us somewhere. So, yeah, I think tonight I'm just guessing more of the same, to be honest. QR code is my guess. I don't think we hear White Rabbit. I'm almost certain they'll play it during commercial breaks, as they have been. And then it's all about tomorrow. It's all about tomorrow and, you know, what that will result in, which we are expecting it to be the return of Bray Wyatt, as we said. It's definitely must watch. It's the best open I've seen in a long time, says Wrestling with Trent. Okay. Don't super chat it, but you'll have to let us know where is it? Let us know where is it? Is it on YouTube? Is it on social media? We'll have to try and hunt it out. Kids Monster said, I personally think Ricochet should go back to NXT. It really haven't done anything special on the main roster. If he goes back to NXT, I could see him winning the NXT Championship. Big Time Baxter said, AEW with another million Since that Moxley Punk match, it's 6 out of 7 weeks. The squash match controversy has clearly held onto viewers. The squash match controversy has clearly held onto viewers. The squash match controversy. I don't think it's got anything to do with that, has it? I can't say people are tuning in because of the CM Punk losing the first match. Oh, are you saying that people got annoyed at that result, but it hasn't affected the ratings? I was going to say, I don't think people are tuning in because they loved that. If anything, I saw a lot of people speaking out against that. So I'm guessing what you're saying is that the squash match controversy hasn't impacted ratings, and they're still doing 1 million. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what the drama's doing in it. I mean, obviously, we've had the backstage altercations. We obviously this week had the Andrade Sammy stuff as well. So how much has that helped? That's been kind of crazy. I don't know. I mean, would they have done 1 million without that drama that was quite vocal on social media? Maybe, maybe not. You see, the thing is, I think their average, I feel like their average is around 9 something. So it doesn't really take too much to knock it up. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if it was just a normal week, I reckon they would do 920, 950. Yeah, if there was no dramas or anything like this, is right, Dynamite on Wednesday, how many people tuned in? 920, 950, yeah? A little bit of drama like that on social media might just be patting it up to that 1 million mark. They're just around it all the time. They're just around it. So I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like the fact they're holding there is obviously a good thing. It's obviously a good thing. So got to take the dubs as they come if you're AEW. Sly Guy said, I'm always bad timing my messages when he's not reading. I don't want to keep typing the same message over. That's really bad, isn't it? Because whatever you typed before, I haven't seen. And now I've just seen you saying that you don't want to keep typing your message because I never see it. But that happens to be the one that I've seen. It makes it feel like I'm doing it on purpose when I'm not. But, oh, God, that is bad timing. That is bad timing. Do you think Naomi and Sasha will return? I think so, yes. I think so. Have you heard of an English wrestler, Ryan Davis? No, I don't think I have. I'm trying to think if I've heard of that name anywhere. Is he a current wrestler? Because to be honest, my current indie knowledge is not very good. Jacob said, have you seen that Bray has gone back and liked a load of his old tweets? Yes, but apparently that was a Twitter issue. It's happened to a lot of people. Apparently it's a glitch, a known glitch with Twitter, so I wouldn't read anything into it. It's Gordon's son, Aries. Who would win this match tomorrow? Solo Sikoa versus Aries with Hit Row in my corner, Bloodline in Solo's corner. Bloodline. I've got to go Bloodline. Bloodline should be able to get victories over Hit Row in any form. So, although Top Dollar's a problem, isn't he? Strong guy, Top Dollar, but if Roman's involved, I don't know, actually, thinking about it, Usos and Solo against Hit Row, I'd fancy Bloodline. If Sammy is there, I think Sammy could end up taking the pinfall against someone like Top Dollar. So tricky. I'll go Bloodline. Play it safe. Why not? Rated CKO, shout out to you. Hope you're well. Sir Kibbington. Hello, Sir Kibbington. Can you remember the bunny that was with Adam Rose? That's going to be White Rabbit. Well, if it is White Rabbit, that's good because I've already got a figure of that bunny. Mattel made a battle pack. Battle pack is 2 figures in one set of Adam Rose and the bunny. So if that does turn out to be White Rabbit, I mean, I'll look every cloud, yes, there'll be people disappointed. But on the flip side, I do have a figure of White Rabbit then, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, I would be okay with Corbin being repackaged and put alongside Bray at Extreme Rules as part of a new faction, says Evil Angel. Days, it's Golden Sun Aries. What if Maximum Male Models do what Vince did with the Montreal Screwjob during my match against Solo Sikoa? What? I mean, Vince told the referee to ring the bell, and the ref did it because it was Vince. If Hit Row tell the referee to ring the bell, and the ring announcer to ring the bell, they ain't gonna listen because they've got no authority, so they can't. So it's not gonna happen. Jaden said, "Do you think the rumors Legado del Fantasma are true and they'll debut tonight? I would love to see the feud with the New Day. Something fresh for Woods and Kofi." I can't see why they're not true, to be honest. It's not I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't feel like it's the biggest news right now. I feel like, I suppose in a way you can bring them in because a lot of people might not know who they are. A lot of casuals, we know they don't watch NXT. SmackDown does 2 million each week. NXT does 550,000 each week, or 600,000. Yeah, it's about a quarter of the size of SmackDown. So that means 3/4 of people that watch SmackDown seemingly don't watch NXT. So I think, in my mind, it feels like we should be saving this for after Extreme Rules. Like, why are we doing it before Extreme Rules? Why aren't we doing it next week? Like, that would make more sense. I feel like tonight should be Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules. Not Extreme Rules. Here's Legado del Fantasma. Oh, Zelina Vega's back. Oh, let's talk about Crown Jewel. Like, it feels like it should be Extreme Rules, Extreme Rules. Maybe I only feel that way because that's how Vince has made me feel, because that's how Vince used to book go-home shows. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like, yes, I can't see any reason why they're not going to come in, but is tonight the right night to do it? That would be my question. Unless they're rushing them in because they want to put them onto the pre-show or something. Unless they're bringing him up and they want to get him onto the kickoff show. I don't think they're going to do that, though. I don't know. I suppose in a way, it's like, is it a case of just expect the unexpected? Is this what it is? And if that is the case, then obviously it's a real shame that the dirt sheets have got a hold of it. So, hey, that's the world we live in. Hit Row are one of the worst acts WWE has pushed, says Dante. Eric said maybe they'll force a match for Extreme Rules. Maybe. Are you excited for Wade Barrett on commentary, says Chicken Nugs. I am excited for those changes. Yes, I think they're good, positive changes. I am excited for Wade Barrett. I think he does a good job down in NXT. Obviously, sadly, it's not a permanent appointment. So, I'm expecting him to go back to NXT. But I think the two-man booth for Raw is exciting as well. That's interesting. So, Raw now moving to a two-man booth and an interesting two-man booth as well. I feel like the changes are bigger for Raw than they are for SmackDown. SmackDown's had a two-man booth for quite a while. Raw has finally caught up. And so now we've got Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick, who I don't think I've ever heard do commentary. Like Kevin Patrick, he was the backstage interviewer guy. So it's a bit strange, isn't it? So, yeah, obviously feel for Jimmy Smith. I don't think Jimmy Smith was ever really quite right. I think there was, you never really heard lots of people praising his commentary. So I feel like that one, tried it, didn't quite work. And look, it is what it is. Interested to see what Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick's going to be like, though. It's going to be really interesting. I think Michael Cole, he's a goat, man. I know he gets a bad rep, but he's so good at his job. He's so good. Like, you can put anyone with him and he's going to make it work. He's so good. You could have Cole and Saxton, and honestly, it would work because Michael Cole is he's so good at his job. He's been doing it now for 20 odd years. He was doing backstage interviews in the late 90s. He's been around kind of learning this. He's so experienced at it now. He's seen so many things, called so many matches. He was doing solo calling during the early days of the pandemic. He can actually do calling a show completely on his own. So, got to put some respect on Michael Cole's name. Right. Hello, is this Triple H? Are we starting with the game? What's happening? What's going on? Ah, it's Triple H. Whoa! Triple H is in the ring. Oh, look how focused he is. Oh, my God. We need to listen. Something's happening. It's the game. Come on. He wants the crowd riled up. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. What we doing? What we doing, Triple H? What we doing? Yes. Yes. Well, I don't know what we're doing. Go on, call someone out. Call out Jake Paul. Call out Jake Paul for Extreme Rules. Triple H. Triple H. Triple H. Triple H. H. Triple H. Here we go. There'll come a time when you believe. There'll come a time when you believe everything is finished. But that is the beginning. There'll come a time. Early QR codes. Spun it round. He said there'll be a time where you believe everything is finished, but that is just the beginning. And then spun the microphone around, and we got a QR code right at the start. It's great that WWE listen to these streams, take on board the great points that we make, and then put it into practice. I've said we need to make sure. I said we need to make sure that we're not having the QR code too early. So WWE have gone even earlier now. WWE have gone, oh, okay, yep, definitely hear you there, Days. Let's put it 3 minutes into the show. I missed it. Roman is going to be stripped. Triple H's White Rabbit. Well, do you know what, right? It'd be nice to get it out of the way, actually. Let's have a look and see what we've got then. Imagine if it was just Triple H in his pants dancing. Right. Here we go. Please be Triple H in his pants. Please be Triple H in his pants. Here we go. Oh, God, what's this? What's going on? It's a forest. Let me in, 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 let me in. Smackdown? Jesus! Can someone let him in? God! Let me in. Let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. I don't know why it tickles me. It tickles me. Bray tonight. It sounds like you. Cal, shout out to you. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. I tagged you in it. Thank you. Let me in. Yowie wowie! Has anyone got the flipping code? It's always a nightmare to get the code. I always like to show it on screen. Roman's coming down into the ring. I mean, if it's right, let's go to over here. I don't know really what you can take from that one. I mean, look, I've made that mistake before saying it's not that deep, but I'm sure there's like source code stuff. I'm sure there's URLs. I'm sure there's flipping loads. I'm sure there's absolutely loads that you can get out of it. But all I can hear in my head is, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. I love it, though. Here's Roman. Roman Reigns. Wade Barrett on commentary, yes. Now we can enjoy the show. Bray has come in. Three Little Pigs, Big Bad Wolf. It's a swerve. It's not Bray. Okay, we've got Roman. Acknowledge me. So, looks like Logan Paul is coming out. Logan's coming out, handing out some prime. We've seen it where it does different things online, so I want to do it. It's got to be Bray. There's a quick frame in the video that shows Husker, said Dustin. Oh, Dustin, that's interesting. Don't know if we'll be able to see it. I feel like this is going to go to a commercial break really, really soon. I really want to have a look at this QR codes. I really want to have a look at it. I've got it queued up, look. Hey, well, let's just get into it. So this is the latest QR codes, and big shout out to Dustin that points out that apparently at some point in here you can see Huskus. I've watched this once on my phone. We're going to have a look at it right now. You can hear let me in, someone knocking. A lot of imagery from the Three Little Pigs, Big Bad Wolf. Obviously, we've seen that before. It does feel like there's things kind of hidden in here. I can tell you that the URL is 10/8/22, so 8th of the 10th. That is the date for Extreme Rules. So, again, URL seems to be pointing us in that direction. I wonder if they're keeping things simple tonight. I wonder if they just want us focused on SmackDown rather than what's happening in the QR codes. So let's press play. You can see a bit of static. Let me in. Someone banging on a door. Banging again. And that is it. That is it. It is not very long at all. Obviously, we need to know what's in the source code. So I'm sure there'll be more theories and things that come out, and we'll be sure to get a video up of that as soon as we get more theories. But this one may be a little bit more straightforward than the ones we've seen before. So, yeah, that is the QR code right at the start of the show on SmackDown this week. Heyman in the ring then with Logan. Who in the hell is Logan Paul? Who in the hell is Logan Paul? Logan Paul in the ring. Hello. Anderson Silva getting a mention. Obviously, Anderson is going to be taking on Jake Paul very soon. Okay, Heyman's just going off here saying that you're the number one celebrity. That's going to bring in more eyes to the island of relevancy. All that kind of usual stuff. Calls him a male Kardashian. Male Kardashian. Let's take Jordan Peterson. Heyman's just rabbiting away. It says father on the window of one of them, says Eric. That's interesting. Heyman says he would look. Heyman, is anyone else finding this a little dull? Talking about Ben Shapiro. Andrew Tate getting mentioned? Why are we mentioning Andrew Tate on SmackDown? Why are we giving Andrew Tate a platform on SmackDown? Do you know what? Logan Paul doesn't really need to do anything here to kind of win this back and forth. I'm not massively impressed with what I'm getting out of Heyman here. Maybe that's part of the design of it, though. Heyman's still going. What if Andrew Tate was White Rabbit? Heyman is the rambling rabbit. It is rambling, isn't it? Heyman's normally like got some real kill shots in there. I wonder if they're doing this so that when Logan talks, he can come across as, I don't know, a little better or something. Do you think they're not really saying anything because they know everyone is looking into White Rabbit right now? You will be offering a spoiler. Okay. Right, I think Heyman's done. Woo! Yeah. That was a lot. That was a lot of waffle and not much said. You really are a wise man, says Logan. I got one question. When you say I'm going to get smashed, you mean the tribal chief Roman Reigns? Yeah. Or the tribal chief Jey Uso? What's going on? I don't know. It'd be nice if Paul Heyman would shut up, said LD Cool. I'm so confused. I'm seeing double. I'm going to slap you right now, says Jay. Jay said he's going to slap Logan. Logan said, I'm seeing double. Let him go is the chant from the crowd. Uso chants. Roman turning and looking at Jay. What's this about? Have I missed something? I feel like I've missed something. Roman staring at... Roman staring at Jay. I don't know what's this about. Sammy chants. Sammy chants, and rightfully so. Let's all take a deep breath. Why is Roman upset with Jay? Roman, you are the head of the table. You're the tribal chief. Yeah, no one is challenging that. No one has challenged that. I don't understand. What is this rubbish? Oh, I don't understand what's happening. At what point did Jay challenge that? He doesn't realize that at Crown Jewel he's going to get smashed. How long have we spent on this? 20 minutes on this so far. You the twos, we the ones. You're the biggest two of them all. You're a giant number two, says Sammy. Check Twitter. I've sent something, said Marveland. Okay, bud. Roman couldn't keep it together. H knew this segment was a bit long and boring, so he dropped the QR code at the start, said Shamu. Honestly, disappointing. Really disappointing. I know it doesn't matter, and I know it's a go-home show, but anything involving Roman is going to feel big. You'll have to let me know if I've missed something there, but what that looks like to me is it looks like Paul Heyman just waffled for ages. Logan came down and said, who's the tribal chief? Is it Roman or is it Jey Uso? Roman then got upset with Jey Uso for no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that Logan has said, who's the tribal chief? We all know who the tribal chief is. I mean, like, Jey Uso, to my knowledge, has done absolutely nothing wrong at any point. There's absolutely no reason for Roman to go over and stare at Jey Uso like that. No reason for him to get wound up and to react that way. It's absolutely nonsensical. I don't know what that was. been full of praise for the Bloodline stuff because they always pay really great attention to detail, and like everything they do feels like it's got a purpose, and like every second, like all this. That was just a real misstep, unless I've missed something. Unless Jay has come out and spoken out against Roman, unless there's been like some drama somewhere that I've just not seen, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any hint of it. I haven't seen anything like that. I fail to believe that we've brought Roman onto the show. We've brought Logan onto the show. We've given them the first 20 minutes. And that is the best we can get out of it. That's the best we can do from a creative point of view. Of anything we could have done in that 20 minutes, that's the best we could have done. Don't know. Right. I'll try and have a look on... this. So Kaz has sent some over. Let me see if I can... I think we must have time skipped and missed an episode of SmackDown. Yeah, seemingly so. So there we go. That's Kaz, who has sent that through. That apparently is the image that is in the thing. Matthew has also found the episode or the clip that it's from. So it's from that bit there. So we've got that. There we go. It's happening. You have to be frame perfect, but it's at the 12-second mark. So there we go. So I don't know if Just Shanks pauses it at all. Does Just Shanks pause it? No. That's the one anyway. That's the talk of the town. It's Bray. Okay, so that seems to be what people have found, but that seems to be what people have found. I don't know if there's anything. Is that it? Perhaps they are. Listen, perhaps they are keeping it simple tonight. Perhaps they are keeping it simple. He's going to get his ass kicked for publicity, says Shadow Warper. Who? Logan? Jean-Pierre said Jay is the only one that pinned him. That's why. Jay is the only one that pinned him. What does that mean? Jay is the only one that pinned him. What does that mean? He hasn't pinned Roman. Roman's not been beaten since he came back. Roman's last pin was to, I think, Baron Corbin. Was it Corbin? Last to Corbin. Liv is SmackDown. When did Jay pin Roman? I don't remember it happening. The last pin I remember is Corbin. I don't remember Roman being pinned at all since he came back. Jay is the first one that he made acknowledge him. Yeah. Jay fought Roman several times when he came back. Yeah. Would Bray's return make it the best return ever, said Self-Made Collected Balls. Well, that's personal opinion, isn't it? That'll be down to personal opinion. Trini said, on Raw, we saw Jay question Roman's decision of adding Sammy to the bloodline, hence the imagined challenge to Roman for Tribal Chief that Paul is referring to. Wrestling with Trent said the XR Open is on WWE on Fox. Extreme Rules Open is on WWE and Fox from Twitter about an hour ago. Okay, shout out to you. Right, we are, I'm guessing, I mean, look, we will check back in with the QR codes. But at the moment, it seems like it's just the Huskus thing. Eric did say there was something to do with father in there as well, though. So, Eric, all I would say is that is not one that I'm seeing at the moment. So, if you've got a screenshot of that, I would urge that you put that up because that is not one that people are seemingly talking about. Solo versus Ricochet is what we've got here. Solo versus Ricochet. Days. Jay was the first ever person to pin Roman back in 2013. Did Logan actually mention that? Did he say that Jay was the first to pin Roman back in 2013? We got at least one QR code tonight. Doubt they will miss a chance to hype up Extreme Rules tomorrow, said Svarti. Watching wrestling, watching video is like having a best friend, says Jim. Jim, shout out to you. Solo reminds me of Umaga so much, said Andy. Jaden said, I think that segment was implying that Jay has been carrying the weight of the bloodline, hence Logan asking who is the tribal chief. Please tell me who remembers 2013 Reigns Jay. Whoever does, let me know, says Timothy. Shots here by Ricochet. Right, we've got Solo getting frustrated on the outside of the ring. Wes said, White Rabbit said to roll one, so I've obliged. Well, I'm keeping an eye to see if there is anything else. So far, the only thing is the Huskus thing. Obviously, we know about the URL. Very straightforward. So not much there. Oh, hello. Look what is in the source code. 100822 is in the source code. What is Daniel NCFC15? What's that? Daniel NCFC15. Daniel makes me think of Daniel Bryan, but what's that? There was that Daniel NCFC15. Is that someone that's on Reddit? Because, believe it or not, there was someone that was on Reddit that was referenced in the source code. And the Reddit chat freaked out as a result. Mr. Cormier. Nah, I don't think that's Cormier, is it? Daniel NCFC15. Why would that be Cormier? NCFC. That actually makes me think... That actually makes me wonder if there's someone on a Reddit. Is someone on Reddit called Daniel NCFC15? So 100822. I wonder if I can have a look at that. I did have a link. Oh God, I answer so many people though. I might not be able to find it. That's not that. That's a Discord. I did put a link to the Reddit page for someone. So I'm just having a look, see if I can find that. No. There. It's a Twitter tag. Bray's coming back. Yeah, so in the last source code, it said efficient 4996 or something. There's actually someone on Reddit that's called Efficient Horse 4696. It's only really the word horse that's missing. And so this person was like, they've been talking a lot about White Rabbit. So they were like, that's surely so close. It's got to be me. It's got to be referencing this Reddit thing. So my first thought was, man, imagine if there's a Daniel something that's in that Reddit thing as well. Because that would just be such a cool way of like Bray or whoever saying that they've been reading this Reddit feed. I don't know if you can search by Reddit users. I'm going down this this Reddit feed. I can't see them in this one. Could be others though. If it was that, and maybe it's not. If it was that, I have to think that they would be quite vocal, quite active. I wonder if it's in somewhere else. My gut feeling is that I could be wrong, but my gut feeling is that is going to relate to someone that's been talking about White Rabbit, because I think the last one did. And so I think this one might relate. It might not be Reddit. It could be Facebook group. It could be Twitter. It could be Instagram. It could be TikTok. It could be any kind of social media. But my leading theory as to that would be that it relates to someone that's been talking about White Rabbit. And this is Bray's way or WWE's way of just letting people know that they have been watching, they have been reading, they are aware of what the conversation is and what people have been talking about. It's a guy that found Bray's song added on Spotify. He's on Twitter and he posted about it. Well, there we go. So it is a Twitter handle. I didn't think to put it in Twitter. My first thought was Reddit. It is. It's someone that's actually on Twitter. That's crazy. This person follows me as well, and I think they're a genuine fan. I think this person is a genuine fan. Someone that's been planted. That's crazy. That's really cool. That was my gut feeling, was that it was a fan. Because we've seen them do it with Reddit. And yeah, you put it into Twitter and it's someone on there. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's really cool. That's really cool. So we've got a victory for Solo. Just seeing these backstage. You're a hothead. And that's a problem. And it's been our problem our whole lives. That's brilliant. That's brilliant about referencing a genuine fan. Man, this person's notification's going to blow up. Gonna blow up. He's got 473 followers. I'd imagine that'll blow up as well. I hope it does. Right, we've got Hit Row. Again, you need to be keeping an eye on the background, of course. Money, 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 money. Hit Row are making their way out then, and I love that. I really love that for Daniel NCFC 15. That's brilliant. Imagine if that was you. Imagine if Bray or whoever was behind this put your thing in the source code. Social media would just blow up, man. It's really cool. Someone sent me there. I'm so pleased. Hope your social media blows up, bud. It's really cool. Really, really cool. It's Bray. It's Bray. Okay, so far we've got Huskus and we've got Daniel NCFC. Is it 15? Yeah, NCFC 15. The URL was N822, so it was the date. Obviously, that's in the URL as well. Thing you mentioned earlier about Eric mentioned about father being in the thing. Again, if Eric's out there still, I would urge that you look into that because I am not seeing anyone talking about that. I'm not seeing anyone talk about that. So that would be something to definitely look at. Bray is trending. Megan said, thanks for the White Rabbit clues. He was the one that discovered Bray's theme was uploaded to Spotify, said Runner Z. Tournicade said, the question isn't whether it's Bray, it's who is bringing with him and who are they going to target. Stan said, where is Huskus? Apparently 12 seconds into the video. I'm in love with Paul Levesque. I can't possibly describe how I love this gorgeous, amazing man. Is Bray going to face Roman tomorrow? No. Why would you show a shot of a car just driving creepily behind him, said WWE fan. Back commercial, yes. Coy said maybe Bray will target Roman. Remember when Roman caused Bray the championship? Maybe. I don't think that'll be tonight, though. What segment does he come in tomorrow? I'm thinking it's probably going to be, well, I don't know, but the one I'm expecting is Finn and Edge. That's what I'm expecting. But I could be wrong. That's just speculation. What'd you say about Damage Control taking or destroying Lily and Alexa joining Bray? I mean, I don't care about Lily, so if they destroy it, fine. If they don't, fine. I have no feelings towards Lily at all, so... what do I think about her joining Bray? I think we need to explain the betrayal. I think that needs to be addressed. Certainly can't ignore it, and I don't think we will ignore it. So here's Usos backstage. Usos backstage with the New Day. You've gone from main event Jey Uso to Sami Zayn being your boss. You've got two daddies. You've got two daddies, says Xavier. We'll beat you in the ring. Two daddies. Hit run. 9-second mark. Father is written on the window. At least I think that's what it says. Let me have a look. I should still have it on my phone. 9-second mark, you say? Hit row, hit row, hit row. Don't know if I can get to the 9-second mark, you know. How long is it? It is 15 seconds, so that means I need to... It counts it down, which is a bit complicated. 15 seconds, so I need 9 seconds remaining. No. I need 6 seconds remaining. This is so hard to do on a phone. I don't know that it's possible, to be honest. Well, it probably is possible, but I've just got fat fingers. Here's Legado. Legado have arrived. Legado attacking. Hero. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on. Please. Please, Wade Barrett. Don't act like you don't know who these are. B-Fab's in the ring. There's Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega, head scissors, takes down B-Fab. What do you mean you think that's Zelina Vega? What do you mean? What do you mean, Michael Cole? That's Zelina Vega. It'd be rubbish in a police lineup, wouldn't he? I mean, it's quite clearly, yes, she's changed her hair color, right? It doesn't change her bone structure. I think that's Zelina Vega. Of course it's Zelina Vega. Why has Wade Barrett not said, I believe this is Legado del Fantasma? They're about to take their masks off like this is some kind of big reveal. I know who these are. We knew who they were half an hour ago. I didn't come alone. We are Legado del Fantasma. Smackdown is as. Be safe. Oh, great. Love that. That's a public service announcement. Guys, sorry about this. Stay safe, yeah? Stay safe. This is a big announcement from Legado del Fantasma. Stay safe. Yeah, look after yourself. Guys, when you cross the road, look both ways. Yeah? Legado del Fantasma, we care about you. Oh, hello, White Rabbit. Oh, what's this? White Rabbit? God damn. Tomorrow. Feed your head. Damn. Damn. So, little white rabbit skipping in the woods. Having a little skip. Goes, there's a purple cross. The white rabbit goes down the purple cross. Fire shoots up. It says tomorrow night. Oh my God, there's more. There's more cryptic clues. More cryptic clues. Cryptic, cryptic, cryptic. If you know, then you know. Dun, 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 dun. Guess what, kids? I've got it. I have got it. I don't know if I can. Oh, thinking about it, I don't know if I can play it because it is potentially copyright in it. Lippity doodah. I didn't think about that. All these QR ones have not been on TV, whereas this one has. So that makes me a bit nervous. Nervous! No, don't play!
The Emperor...
Sitting here saying that I'm nervous? How dare you automatically play? WWE, if you are watching. Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. Don't judge me, WWE. I took it away as quick as I could. Can I just skip forward? Yeah. No, don't do that. Going a little bit of that. A little bit of that in our lives.
Wow.
This is the worst, man. There we go. Another massive moment coming out of SmackDown, this time actually shown during the show. This is the first time that we have seen White Rabbit stuff shown during the show. You can see here that we've got this forest. That was actually shown in the QR codes. Then we've got the White Rabbit running in the forest. White Rabbit skipping along, having a lovely time. And it eventually will get to the purple cross. It goes down, digs down in the purple cross. And then we get this flame shooting up. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So this flame shoots up. Then we get some really, really interesting words. So skip forward a little bit more. You can see the rabbit disappears. Flame shoots up. And it keeps wanting to show you that bit for some reason. But then we get these like little steam marks. And then down the rabbit hole we go. Tomorrow night. Okay, don't know what that was. But that is some kind of words. So tomorrow night. Let's have a look, see if we can see it. Tomorrow night. 10/8. Tomorrow night. Yeah, the date. Then we've got this. So that's going to need to be decoded. I'm sure people are working on this as we speak. That could be a foreign language of some kind. I'm guessing that's going to be decoded. Then we get that one, whatever that one was. So there's two. I think there's a third. This one looks German to me. That does look a bit German. So again, we need that one decoded. Then we've got another one. There's about 4 that need to be decoded. This was shown during the show. And then feed your head. Crackles away. We get lots of little marks. And I think that might be the end of it. So there we go. Another one shown with another 4 sentences that need to be decoded. It might just be feed your head repeatedly in different languages. It could be who killed the world, things along those lines. My guess is there probably is something in there of significance that needs to be looked at. So yeah, we'll get that decoded. Obviously, there'll be a White Rabbit video after SmackDown this week where we'll get everything in from the QR code and everything in from that. But with 50 minutes gone and still an hour and 10 minutes to go, there could be more. So watch this space. White Rabbit crazy tonight on SmackDown. Boom. I don't think we need to worry about White Rabbit. It's been terminated. Well, I tell you what, it's ready to be eaten. It's been cooked very well. I know that much. The fire shooting up from the floor. So, yeah, White Rabbit is definitely White Rabbit heavy tonight. I'm sure people have decoded it. I mean, to be honest, I was just about to do a little video about Zelina Vega being back in Legado del Fantasma, so that's definitely caught me off guard. Right now, we've got a match going on. And a victory, for Raquel Rodriguez. So, Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi picking up the win. They were in a match, I believe it was Xia Li and, was it Sonya Deville? So, powerbomb win, Raquel and Shotzi over Sonya and Xia Li. Days, when it says tomorrow night, it has a 6 instead of a G. Very good. It really feels, doesn't it? Like, I mean, how can this not be Bray at this point? I mean, at this point, I feel like they might as well just have a picture of his face on screen. Right, we're backstage with Sheamus. Sheamus getting ready for his Intercontinental Championship match coming up. That is coming up later tonight. Don't believe it's next. Just obviously still having a quick scan in the background as we're looking at Sheamus. Looks like we're about to go to commercial break. Whew. Right, Rabbit, crazy tonight. So if you are just joining us, we have the QR code right at the start of the show. Then we've just had a little White Rabbit thing, the very first one that's actually been shown on the show. So we've had that little White Rabbit clip. So that was crazy. And we need to figure out what those words are. I'm just jumping onto Twitter to see if anyone's worked them out. People in attendance shared this picture. A picture of a rabbit in the crowd. What is going on? So a rabbit in the crowd. Let me save that and I'll put that on stream for you. So if you are joining us, lots going on. And where's the downloads? Downloads. Where's it downloaded to? Save. What folder do you go into? Downloads? So why aren't you there? Why aren't you there? Languages are West Frisian, Spanish, Italian, and French. They all say feed your head. Thank you, Moldy. So what was it? West Frisian. What the hell is that? I thought that was a dog. West Frisian. There you go. You can look at that whilst I'm writing this down. Spanish. What was the other one? Let's have a little look. West Frisian, Spanish, Italian, and French. If there were like plenty of those people in... It's funny, isn't it? If there were those nationalities in there, I'd be like, do you think that could be the new Wyatt family? Do you think they're in those languages? Because they've got... But I'm not aware of any West Frisian wrestlers. Right, now we've got a video package about Ronda and Liv. It's feed your head in different languages. I wonder if this... I feel like there's something still in there, though. I feel like there's something still in there. The words say Wyatt 6. The words say Wyatt 6. What words? What words? The words say Wyatt 6. A rabbit wandered through the crowd during SmackDown. I love that. I love that. Feed your head in a few different languages. Let me in. Feed your head in German, says Typical. They played that White Rabbit clip for the crowd as well at the same time, which is cool. Okay, I think we're on it, guys. I think we're on it. I know our focus is a little bit everywhere, but considering that, I think we're doing a pretty good job of keeping on top of everything. Right, let's try and get back to the chat. I'm not doing a very good job of keeping on that. The purple X is from the Extreme Rules logo, says Brad. The purple X that the rabbit was eating is Finn Balor's jacket. Will we see The Fiend or a new character? I feel like we're going to see Bray. I don't know if it'll be The Fiend straight away. I feel like it's probably going to be the Funhouse and everything. I mean, it worked. No need to really change it. King Ducky said the purple X is for Extreme Rules. It all adds up. James said you missed my members super chat. Oh, James, I hate it when I miss your member. Where is, let's have a look. Stephen, shout out to you, my friend. Stephen Gorgon. Appreciate the support, buds. Appreciate everyone joining us. I can't get back to it, James. It's not actually there anymore when I scroll up. Put in what it said. I'll read it. Of course I will. So hopefully it wasn't anything too long, bud. A great ending SmackDown would just be a clip of a hand coming out of a hole and an evil laugh in the background. Lemden said it's a reference to what's going to happen. The rabbit goes in the hole and the Fiend emerges. Cal said you've missed loads. Not much I can do, is there? I mean, apologies, but I think people understand we've got to go all over the road here. I'm trying to keep on top of Twitter and the latest theories. Obviously, we're having a look at clips in the show as well. These, sadly, are not normal watch-alongs at the moment because of White Rabbit. But, you know, potentially this is the last week of all of that. I do think this is probably the last of it. I don't see really how you can continue it after this. So we should be back to normal next week. But yeah, if I did miss one, just put super chat at the start and I'll read it. James said, Mox has signed a new 5-year contract extension. Sean Ross Sapp has tweeted. Moldy said the chat is a bit behind, but that's because there's quite a few people that are here. Shout out to everyone that's joining us. Hopefully we've brought everyone up to speed. We've actually got Scarlett coming out now. Scarlett coming out. So, yeah, if I did miss your super chat, apologies. It's not done on purpose. Put super chat at the start and then tell me what it was she said and I will read it. I can see I missed cows and there could have been more before that as well. The White Rabbit walking in the arena has got the same scarf as a Rambling Rabbit, said Rick. That's interesting, Rick. Wrestling with Trent said Moxley has signed a 5-year extension. That's interesting. Super chat, the flame goes off and a pig screams, says Canadian Kid 98. Huskus being brought to life along with White Rabbit and Fiend. The flame goes off and a pig screams. In the video. That's interesting. That's interesting. Pig screams when flame goes off. Seba, shout out to you. And flame goes. Oh, can I get this? Can I get the sound for that? I've got the sound here, haven't I? Let's just find. Ah, Drew is behind Carrion. No, Carrion was doing his entrance. Cross, and then we get this flame shooting up. That's pretty. Didn't want that. I want this. McIntyre with the strap. Oh yeah. Oh my God! Did you? Is that a pig that turns into a woman? Is that a pig scream that turns into a woman scream? A woman scream. A woman scream. Hang on. I think that's a pig that turns into a woman. Well, not a pig that turns into a woman, but I think it's a pig scream that turns into a woman scream. I don't know why I keep saying woman scream. Sound like a flipping child. Is that a woman scream? It is, isn't it? Oh, God. I just got videos playing everywhere right now. Right, let's turn that back up. Woman's cream. Yeah, woman's cream. Woman's cream. Woman's cream. Woman's cream. They should have used Miss Force. They should have used Miss Force. Right now, Drew is tied up in this strap. Carrion has got him wrapped around a ring post. He's going to look to whip him. Sexy, man. Proper sexy. Scarlett's loving it. She is loving it. Days, I am watching WWE and the Women's World Cup at the same time, said Hodgepodge. Definitely goes from a woman to a lass. The scream was Sister Abigail. Canadian Kid said, Super Chat, the scream could have been Abby the Witch. You scream, I scream, we all scream. I want to see Cal's. I know I miss Cal's. I want to get to Cal's point. Cal normally makes some excellent points. Scarlett has got a nice rack. I have never seen her kitchen, so can't say. But yeah, we've got Carrion whipping and attacking Drew. Right now, we're just seeing shots of Drew being on the floor. A commentary saying anything? No commentary on this, is there? Oh, there we go. Seemed like commentary sat out forever there. Jason says, the sound effect on the last feed your head is the same sound as when the lights go out and the fiend appears. Here we go. Cal said, I mentioned about Moxley. He has got a coaching role now as well. Don't you find it interesting that that news has broken now of all times during SmackDown? Don't know. I find that interesting. Maybe it's just a complete coincidence, but didn't leak earlier today, did it? It leaks during SmackDown. Tyson Fury said, Bray has always been my favorite. I'm buzzing. Scott said, I think sometimes you have to let the moments breathe. That is straight up a pig screaming, not a woman. I think it starts as a pig, and then I really think it becomes a woman. Again, not the pig, the sound. Unless, I don't know, maybe pigs are famous for sounding like women. Perhaps I've gone my whole life having conversations with what I thought was a woman on the phone, but I was actually chatting up a pig. I have no idea. A dude said the album art for the theme music on Spotify has a purple circle, and when the camera goes into the rabbit hole, there is a purple circle. Wow, we've only got 50 minutes left, you know. Days, I'm worried Cross might lose. Cross has gotten the better of Drew every time so far. Could be. I mean, the only thing I would say is that Liv stood tall on the go home for Money in the Bank and then ended up winning. So it's not, you can't really make that connection really so much. I think WWE know that a lot of fans look at go homes and see who stands tall and then think, oh, the opposite will happen. Because for the longest time, that's what happened. But I don't know that it is that way anymore. Did you hear about the passing of Sarah Lee? I did. Absolutely horrific news. I mean, just horrific anyway, but then add in the fact that she has got kids and she's 30. I mean, that is no age. And then she's like leaving like those kids. I mean, the outpouring of love and support for her family and her obviously has been quite impressive. I mean, if you think that she didn't have like the biggest career by any means in WWE, but I think she was much loved, much appreciated, much respected. I think she was a lovely, honest person. I think, you know, you only have to look at like how many superstars have spoken lovingly about her. And as we said, I don't actually think she was in the system that long, but I just think she was a really, really, truly lovely soul, lovely person. And I mean, you feel for her. I don't know, obviously, how it happens. I would have to think something suspicious because, you know, 30-year-old people don't tend to just die. So I don't know. I don't know if it was an accident or if she had some kind of illness or I don't know. But awful, just awful. But yeah, I think what speaks louder is the outpouring of love and respect for her. I think that shows just what kind of a person she was, you know. Yeah, Days Drew hasn't gotten any better of Cross at all, not just tonight. Sarah's 3 children are all under the age of 5. Canadian Kid said she was battling a sinus infection. Sahil said the rabbit that walked in the crowd looked like Adam Rose's bunny. Shane said he could have had a chance to main event WrestleMania. Now he's going to main event a B plus AEW pay-per-view. The white rabbit in the audience had security following it. Timothy said, I decoded those messages. They say, feed your head, feed the brain. It's raining over. It's raining and it's over. It says, feed the brain. And it's raining. Are you sure? Are you sure you decoded it right? I don't think it was a weather forecast. Imagine if all of this just leads to a weather forecast. Okay, so this week it's going to be clement. And there's also going to be a spot of rain. Perhaps Bray's coming back with a weatherman gimmick. Hey, there's Sarah Logan again. Sarah Logan. Might as well bring her back. Just bring her back, Triple H, you coward. Stop being a coward. When the gods speak, I listen. It's her voice. Valhalla awaits. Is she coming back? Is she coming back? Is she coming back? Is Sarah Logan coming back? Oh, man. If she's coming back, then I'm sorry, Triple H, for calling you a coward. You coward. Sarah Logan, oh my God. Man, she would be a sick opponent for Liv. She would be a sick opponent for Liv. Imagine Sarah Logan making Liv Morgan humble. With some, like, Viking ways. How cool would it be if Bray Wyatt does have a faction of Wyatt 6 and slowly the members merge by having a lucky rabbit's feet? That would be awesome way to reveal it, said Jim. Funnily enough, Bray did a weather forecast on the build to Hell in a Cell on a 2019 news show. I remember that. Dark Angel said Valhalla is calling me. Sarah Logan. Yeah. We saw her not long ago when they did the New Day Viking funeral. And I remember saying then, like, oh, they should bring her back. I certainly wasn't alone in saying that. A lot of people were saying it. But, yeah, we were saying, like, oh, they should bring her back. But, yeah, it looks like they're looking at it. It's a new day. New Day taking on... I don't know what the team is, to be honest, from the Bloodline. New Day versus Bloodline. Some kind of version of the Bloodline. Some version that doesn't include Roman. Braun? Braun's coming out. Damn, Braun on his way. So Braun Strowman making his way down. Braun Strowman's not a partner. He counts as two partners. Tell you what, this has been a noteworthy show, hasn't it? But it's been noteworthy in a weird sense. We've had a couple of White Rabbit stuff. We've had the arrival of Legado del Fantasma. We've had the return of Zelina Vega. I mean, there's been so much that's gone on, and not all of it is Extreme Rules related. So Braun making his way down. It's going to be a six-man tag then. I totally missed the bit where there was going to be a mystery partner. So Braun and New Day versus Bloodline. So he is the mystery partner. I sent you a video of White Rabbit walking around at SmackDown, said Kenny. Can't say there's no talking points tonight, says Trini. No. I'm looking forward to Strowman smashing Jey Uso. Translated the TV code. It said subscribe to Wrestling Days. Can't argue with the White Rabbit. I totally believe that. That sounds exactly like something the White Rabbit would say. I think it said like the stream. That's what I decoded. Yeah. Like the stream. You cowards. That's what it said. Like the stream, you cowards. And bring back Sarah Logan, Triple H, you cowards. A lot of cowards this evening. Right, we've got dropkick by Kofi. New Day in control. Over the top comes crashing down. And it hurts inside. I always have to do that. I don't know why. Cringe. Sammy on the outside trying to regroup with the Usos. I don't need your help. Don't need your help. Woods in Braun's video, like the White Rabbit commercial, says Runner Z. Days the G in tomorrow night is a 6, says Scott. Sarah Logan has turned into the Viking goddess of death, says Joe. Jane said, you've been all over the place. You forgot the halftime scores. I didn't forget them. I just simply did not realize it was even that time. I didn't see it was that time. By the time I saw that it was already past halfway, it was already 7 minutes past. So, hey ho, we will be doing a post-show review, but I've moved it to the second channel. Reason being because we always do, or we've been doing, and they've been really popular, the videos after. So after the shows, I do a video about White Rabbit, and those White Rabbit videos tend to do as well, if not better, than the streams. So I sit here for 3 hours, 4 hours, chatting away to you guys, and then I do a quick 5-minute video, and that gets more views than the 4-hour stream I do. It just shows that I'm doing YouTube wrong. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to then do a review and kind of cover that over, if you know what I mean. Because it would make sense that the review goes into a different channel, goes to a different place. So my plan is, as soon as we're done tonight, I've got all my notes, I've got the QR code, I've got the video clips. We can put all the theories, all the thoughts, anything people are talking about, put it into that video, get that onto this channel. That's it, this channel done then. Jump over to the Wrestling Days clips and do the review as normal. And actually, I'm thinking that's going to be a long-term thing. I'm thinking that's where they'll live now. So that's the plan. Fandango is in Impact Wrestling. He's called Dirty Dango, says Nathan. What happened to Elektra Lopez? Honestly, don't know. I wonder if that's something Sean Rossap's got any info on. Sean Rossap, let's have a look. Sean Ross Sapp. Sean Ross Sapp. Sean Ross Sapp. Oh, man. They put that. That's funny, isn't it? Half an hour ago, this is when he put it up. It is a press statement from AEW that they've put out at the exact same time as SmackDown. Can't say anything about it, can you? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, fair play. That's the kind of thing WWE would do as well. Just distract from a rival show by putting out like a big... I mean, it's a big press statement as well. I'm glad Zelina has returned. Backstage news. God found out Zelina's manager reported that they were heading to the main roster. So $5. Let's go. No, he's got nothing here anyway. Nothing here in regards to what's happened to Elektra Lopez. So we'll have to wait and see. What else we got? Anyone point out that in the White Rabbit commercial, it says tomorrow night, the G in night is a 6. Not really expecting a group, but considering his Twitter, the 6 of Wyatt 6 is not the 6, or Wyatt 6 is not a bad name. It was pointed out. So the 6 in tomorrow night was picked up in our chat. I forget by who, to be honest. I should write. I'm trying to do as good a job as possible as trying to write them down as they come through. What match are you most looking forward to tomorrow? I think everyone's looking forward to the White Rabbit stuff, to be honest. Tomorrow night, James Kenny. Six. I'm just putting on Twitter because I'm funny. This must mean that X-Pac is White Rabbit. James Kenny. James Kenny might have been the one that said it in the chat, actually. Okay. Lovely. Days, there's a video on Twitter of a guy walking around in a rabbit suit. Yes. White Rabbit is definitely a big deal for Triple H. If this is a dud, the internet will bury him, says Master Chief. Junior said, Daniel Cormier versus Lesnar. Do you see it happening in WWE? Yes. Moldy said, at this point, after showing Huskus, I'm more confident in Bray being there tomorrow. Huskus confirms it's Bray. Trent said, if Bray is going to attack Judgment Day, who do you think will end up being with him? I feel like Braun. I feel like maybe Dexter. There's nothing linking Dexter, but I just think it's a nice fit. That could be it, but I feel like you can definitely put one more in there. I think a lot of people would like to see Rowan back, to be honest. I think Rowan was always good in that role. So I've got no problem with it being Rowan. Delwyn, shout out to you, my friends. Delwyn said the segment was pure gold because Logan had a good point about Jay issues last time with Roman. Roman calls Jay a hothead, and Jay is Sammy problem now. Just another layer to the story. SmackDown has been really good. Let me read that again. Logan had a good point about Jay issues last time with Roman. Roman calls Jay a hothead. Strowman's in. Roman calls Jay a hothead. Jay is Sammy problem now. Just another layer in this story. SmackDown has been good. Glad you're enjoying it, Darwin. Appreciate the support, my friends. Strowman with a choke slam. We've got Jay and Sammy arguing outside the ring. Braun tagging in Kofi. Kofi coming in. Yeah, we've still got Sammy. Oh, look, Braun going around Strowman Express. Oh, my God. Michael Cole's gone down. That's amazing. Jay is shoulder tackled into Michael Cole. Michael Cole goes down. Why was he standing anyway? Did he think they were going to go into the commentary table? Braun has just knocked Jay into Michael Cole. This is the best thing that's ever happened in the history of SmackDown. Let's go! Xavier gets the pin. Oh my God, that's brilliant. The greatest moment in the history of SmackDown. So Strowman knocks Jay into Michael Cole. Jay and Sammy arguing. Why won't they ever just get... When will they get along? New Day win. R.I.P. Cole. Days, those words were all foreign words saying feed your head. The first was Italian. Thank you, David. Of course, they show the replay. We need more of that. We need more of Michael Cole going down. Oh, hello. What's this? Backstage. Is Max Dupree. Who I am. LA Knight. LA Knight. LA Knight. There's Imperium. Coming up next then, Intercontinental Championship night match. Don't you ever call me that name again. That's what I'm not anymore. I'm LA Knight. People are excited about him going back to LA Knight, but I mean that's not really a name that he has used all that much in his career. It's just funny that the LA Knight one has really, grabbed people. I suppose that's how a lot of people probably know him. They've not watched him in the other promotions. I mean, I used to watch him in NWA. Obviously, used to be in TNA. But yeah, LA Knight. Yeah. Lots of just looking at the Twitter reaction to that, very exciting. His name doesn't grab me. It's his catchphrases, says Mitchell. The codes were feed your head repeated in different languages. She was right. One was in Spanish, German, and Italian. Well, I wasn't right, to be honest. As much as I appreciate you saying I was right, I wasn't. Because I did say that I thought it was probably feed your head, but I said it wouldn't surprise me if it actually said something else in there as well, because we have also had that. I remember before, what was it? There was something we had before where I said, but it's just feed your head. And then it gets translated and it wasn't. It was that Azazel Reborn, however, I can't remember what that was from. Azazel Reborn. I remember that was a hidden. And I remember saying at the time, I bet it's feed your head or something like this. And then it turned out to be Azazel Reborn. So I listen, I've took L's. I'm quite happy to admit I've took L's. Hollywood Dash said, I'm happy for wrestling to be exciting again. Does Aleister Black come back with Bray? I don't think so. I believe he's still under contract, to be honest, bud. It was Morse code. Thank you, Andy. Morse code. That was the one where I was like, I think it's probably feed your head, because that had featured feed your head or Who Killed the World, they featured in a few clues. So I was like, I bet it's probably just that. And then it turned out to be Azazel Reborn. And I was like, oh, was not expecting that. Jason said, thank you, Super Chat. I watch all your videos. That's kind, Jason. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that's joined us tonight. I know that for these streams, I've not been able to focus on the chat as much as usual. Normally, all we do is watch the show and read the chat. That is it. That's all we do. And we've done that for years and years and years. But obviously with the White Rabbit stuff, that has to be a separate kind of consideration. So a little bit tricky, but as we said, I think it's the last ones of those tonight. So yeah. Next week, back to normal. Looking forward to it. I will miss White Rabbit, but looking forward to like really sitting here and being with you guys. We're back from commercial break, says Hayden. Will the Fiend appear tonight? Oh, the rabbit is behind. There's the rabbit. The rabbit is behind Wade Barrett, Michael Cole. There we go. The rabbit is there. I wonder who was sat there. I wonder who's been moved out the way. So the rabbit. There's a show called Supernatural. Azazel is a demon on that show. LA Knight against Mansoor is next week. I wonder if that's Vince, who just wants to come and watch the show but doesn't want to be bothered. According to PW Insider, Moxley signed the contract around All Out. Tony Khan waited to drop the news during SmackDown. Wrestle with Andy, hello. The rabbit is wearing tartan. He's coming for Drew. Actually, that is White McRabbit, who is the Scottish cousin of the White Rabbit. So that's not actually White Rabbit. He's just in town because tomorrow, it's going to be such a big show. He is wearing tartan, though. He is wearing tartan. Why is he wearing tartan? Why is he wearing tartan? Why have we got White McRabbit? Wrestle with Andy. What with you being Scottish? You've got like a sixth sense where you can be like, I can smell tartan. There's definitely tartan around somewhere. It's on the rabbit. It's on the rabbit. I knew I could smell it. I believe you've got the same sense if anything is deep fried or if there's any iron brew around or if anyone's playing the bagpipes. There's a bunny. There's the bunny. It's MJF, says Canadian kid. Joe said, did you see the rabbit? What rabbit, buds? What rabbit? Will Bray return with the puppets or a new gimmick? I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same. I don't think that would disappoint anyone. I don't know that people would be sad if it was the same. It's going to be Zelina Vega. Well, she was meant to be on this show, so there we go. Days, are we having a review and results? Yes, Gordon, yes, but not on this channel. On the Wrestling Days Clips channel, which I'm thinking that's where it's permanently going to move to. I'm going to go to WWE next week, says Cody. Have fun. Sonny said, I'm going to steal the rabbit and squeeze its secrets out. Oh, kinky. I hope Sheamus wins. Yeah, main event. Sheamus versus Gunther. No more QR codes. Normally there's a second QR code. Have I missed it? Why have we not had the second QR code? In all fairness, we did get a little clip on the show. So maybe they've sacrificed one of the QR codes for that, maybe? Still chance for something to be held up in the crowd, isn't there? The rabbit is The Rock. He's promoting his new movie, Too Fast, Too Hair. Nice. It's fight night, said Zoom Station. What if the rabbit is Vince recreating that it was me all along meme, says John. We can't rule it out. What if the rabbit is... Oh, I read that one. What if Bray is in that rabbit costume right now? Did you think about that? And he's not alone in there. Did you think about that? What if the whole Wyatt Six are in there? Here's Imperium. Oh, there's no laughing when Gunther's around. There's no joy or happiness when Gunther's around. The rabbit is James Corden. Oh, God, I hope so. Oh, one thing you should know about me is I love celebrity matches in wrestling. I just love them. So if this leads to James Corden versus Marseille, that'll be... That's my dream match. That's my absolute dream match. Regia Productions said, finally got to see Adam Rose's rabbit. Yeah. Lots of returns tonight. We got Selena Vega and we got Adam Rose's bunny, who apparently has been in Scotland. Wrestle with Andy said, Days, Nikki Cross is the rabbit. What if Nikki Cross is being teased because of the tartan? How dare you say something that's going to get people thinking now? What if that is a clue? What if that is a clue? Because Nikki Cross has got to do something with her life. And it sure isn't being almost a superhero. 23 minutes. What time is the stream tomorrow? So 10:30 UK time, 5:30 Eastern time. There is a chance we could start half an hour earlier than that, though. But no later than the advertised time. Days, this feels like a regular good SmackDown, but not a season premiere, says Big Time Baxter. The rabbit is too tall for Nikki, said 1987 Big Man. Well, I don't think she's in there, but could the tartan just be an indication that someone Scottish is going to be connected to this? Why is the rabbit wearing tartan? Did Ramblin' Rabbit wear a tartan scarf? If you want to look into something, can we get some confirmation on that? Did Ramblin' Rabbit wear a tartan scarf? Is that it? Is that how it connects? And there's nothing deeper than that? Or is it hinting at something else? In all fairness, I'm seeing a picture now, and Ramblin' Rabbit did wear a tartan scarf. So we've got breaking news. We've got breaking news. It's not the same tartan, though. But Ramblin' Rabbit did wear a tartan scarf. Yasia. Right, we are underway with this match. I think we're about to go to what I like to call commercial break. Commercial break. Okay. How long we got? 20 minutes. Love it. Someone sending me a picture of Michael Cole down on the floor. That's the best part of tonight. Forget White Rabbit. Guys, forget White Rabbit. I'm going to show you. I've got the image right here of the greatest part, the greatest thing that happened tonight. Don't you even dare bring White Rabbit up. Genuinely the best part of tonight. Look at the mess. Look at the carnage. I want to see Bailey's reaction to this. Has Bailey commented on this? She should. She should. Right. I think I'm still missing things. Retribution, shout out to you, buds. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. Sonny said, late night battle royal. Who wins? Jimmy Kimmel, James Corden, Jimmy Fallon, Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, Trevor Noah. It's going to be Corden in it. It's going in with a bit of timber. Yeah. He's basically going to be the Yokozuna of that group. So they're going to have to work together to get him over the top rope. Who knows if they'll succeed? John said in Scotland, they need families' permission to wear their colour tartan. Maybe they didn't ask for the permission. That's true. Each family has got their own tartan. Alexa is going to be the first port of call, said Butler. Let's end SmackDown with Baron Corbin returning with the legendary JBL, says Fionas Gaming. Vincent said, prepare to be Rick-rolled tomorrow. It's going to be Rick Astley. I'll be down for that. David Letterman, surprise entry, wins with help from Conan. Trevor Noah is scrappy, so I would pick him, said John. JBL is the GOAT, says Tommy. I want Bray to dethrone Roman now, said Eclipse. Michael Cole falling over was funnier than when Titus O'Neil slid under the ring, said WWE Fan 1000. Another White Rabbit. Might be the same. Might be the same. Rabbit going over to the dig in. Going down. Light coming up. Pig. Into woman. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Same words. Feed your head. Feed your head. Same. Why are the commentators not talking about it? Do they not see it? Same, guys. Follow the White Rabbit. It's Andrew Tate. That's why Paul Heyman foreshadowed it. Timothy says, probably not. Probably not. Everyone hated the fact Loomis kidnapped Miz, but JBL has had Corbin for about a month, said Red Seagull. Yeah, but he didn't kidnap him. He said, get in. And Corbin went in of his own accord. Basketball Pro said the Fiend Bray Wyatt will return tomorrow night at Extreme Rules. Arn said, looking at old Fiend videos, it pumped me up for tomorrow. The commentators will act surprised tomorrow that it's Bray. Yeah. I mean, no fairness, it's not 100% guaranteed. It's 99.9. So, but I mean, they just had Zelina Vega in the ring and went, I think that's Zelina Vega. So, I mean, the IQ isn't the sharpest, is it? They just clearly had Legado del Fantasma in the ring. A group that Wade Barrett knows very well because of his time in NXT. And even when they took the masks off, even he was surprised. So, yeah. If he comes back as the Fiend, they still might not know it's Bray unless he takes the mask off. There's a 0.1% chance, said Mr. DXZ. Bray's mask creator did make a pig mask character with the pig screaming. Could that mean Huskus is reborn? I mean, I feel like the pig noise is very interesting because, I mean, look, it connects to the three little pigs. And, you know, there was the whole thing about three little pigs, but there was only two pigs that were shown dead. There wasn't three pigs that were shown dead. And now we've got one screaming. So does this mean the third pig has been killed? If it connects to that, is it something to do? Why does it sound to me like it turns into a female voice? I don't know. I can't tell you I've got the answers for it, but I do think that it's very interesting. Three little pigs and a big bad wolf. Does that mean there's going to be three followers? And Bray is going to be the big bad wolf? Not that he's going to slaughter them, but he's going to keep them in line. Because if you think about it, that's what Bray is. If you think about Bray and the Fiend, you know, when the big bad wolf is dressed in Grandma's clothes, he's kind of in disguise, isn't he? And in many ways, that's what Firefly Funhouse Bray was. You know, hey, how you doing, friends? In disguise, but take the mask off and you've got the Fiend under there. So I don't know, there's a few different ways that you can look at it all. The answer is we're just not going to know until tomorrow, are we? Chops going back and forth between Gunther and Sheamus. They are chopping away and going at it. How long have we got? We've got 14 minutes. We're a little bit of time into this. Obviously, we've been at commercial break. Nice German suplex there by Gunther. Who is going to win the Intercontinental Championship? I think we might be going to commercial break again. Trying to watch wrestling with these commercial breaks suck. When it's a match that you actually are interested in, it's a sign in the crowd that says, I steal cable. And I can't help but notice the red circles on Sheamus's ring gear. They're always there, but it's just funny, isn't it? Any red circles now make me go, I think it'll be Bray Wyatt. I'm happy if it's Bray. I miss him, says Grant. Is Jim Duggan dead? Where is Jim Duggan news? I haven't seen any Jim Duggan news. I hope not. He has not been well. I know that. I'll Google it. Well, Twitter it. I'm back on Twitter, tough guy. That was 13 hours ago. Oh man, there's a sick Jim Duggan shirt. It says USA. It's got him on it. Jim Duggan is back on Twitter in August. Hopefully just a load of good news. Rotunda's got a sister. I was so busy looking at White Rabbit, I didn't see Legado, said Jaden. Maybe AJ joins Judgment Day, helps Balor beat Edge, then Bray comes out with other members, says John. White Rabbit thing said, feed your head, feed the brain, eat a head, feed your head. Does it? That's what it translates as. Perhaps that's the closest in those languages you can get it to feed your head. Moda said, it's almost too perfect for Bray. I smell something afoul. I'll say 55% Bray, 45% some sort of Triple H swerve that eventually becomes Bray. You guys need to look at the White Rabbit character in the new 52 Batman comics, says Harmageddon. Canadian Kids said, I just thought about something. Doesn't Insanity's theme have a scream in it? Another Nikki hint. Doesn't Insanity's... I wouldn't really... Sanity was so long ago. I excite for the World Cup, very much so. Very much so, yes. There's a Scottish rabbit bear called Brody, even a place. I got curious because of the scarf, and I am Scottish, says Lauren. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lauren. I'm sorry about that. That's rough. Thoughts are with Lauren this evening. Maybe Dana will be the White Rabbit. Did she get injured? Yeah, where's Dana? I thought you meant Dana White at first. William said, what if Wyatt's return as Deliverance Hillbillies and they beat wrestlers down and drag them backstage into random dark places? We hear grunts and punches, moans and groans. Well, Deliverance Hillbillies, I mean, that's a little bit Wyatt family, innit? Forearm strike by Gunther. So, plan is, after this, do a video, White Rabbit, all the bits and bobs in there. Then I'll jump over to the second channel and we'll do the review. The review's going to be, I think I've said it, for about 50 minutes from now. So that'll give me time to do the video. hate turning up to those things late, and I've been turning up late because of how long the videos have been taking. This one might not take as long, actually. It's not as much here as there as usual. I think they've kept it kind of simple. I might regret that. But, yeah, I think they've kept it kind of simple, unless everyone's missing out on a load of stuff. What we've spoke about is everything I'm being tagged in and everything I can see on Twitter. Vamp B says, am I wrong in saying we might get this version tomorrow? And he's got a picture of the Huskus drawing. Big strikes there by Sheamus. Crowd loving this. Just, they're on their feet here. They are loving this match. Sheamus has got Gunther on his shoulders. White noise. Shoulder up by Gunther. This is for the prestigious Working Man Championship. I like that. How long have we got? We've got 8 minutes to go. This is awesome, chant. Who's that dude? Look at him in his chain. Little dude with acknowledge the tribal chief. God, it's like Mr. T. The White Rabbit has gone from behind the commentary table. Sheamus wins the Intercontinental Champion. Let's go. So Gunther going for the cover, but not quite getting it. Gunther is backdrops the knee. That kid, man. Oh! Twist of the neck of Sheamus. Gunther in control. Gunther looking to go up top. Splash. Connects. Rolls Sheamus over. 1, 2. Kick out by Sheamus. Sheamus survives. Sheamus survives. This is awesome, chant. Crowd feeling it. This deserves our focus. This deserves watching. We've only got 6 minutes left of the show. Show has flown by. It's absolutely flown by. Gunther on his knees. Sheamus trying to get to his feet over in the corner. Here we go. Ah, big boot there by Sheamus. Sheamus. Ah, backbreaker. Cloverleaf. Cloverleaf. Cloverleaf applied. Cloverleaf. Ooh, Cloverleaf applied. Did he tap? Huh? He tapped. That looked like a tap. Referee was right there, and she says that he didn't tap. Why? Hey? That's a tap, surely. That's a tap. Oh my God, we're going Liv Morgan again. That is a tap. I mean, it is a tap. Gunther trying to get over. How, what? Brawling brutes coming to blows on the outside with Imperium. We should have a new champion right now. No two ways about it. We should have a new champion. Chop there by Gunther. Why does Triple H love doing this when it was so rubbish? I mean, that surely means that Gunther's going to retain now. Sheamus is back over. At least he's using it in a right match, though. Shillelagh connects there by Gunther. He's using it in the right match because Gunther should have lost, and he's the heel, and there's heat on him now, just like the heat was on Liv. The only problem was Liv was a face. Boos from the crowds. I don't know if that's going to be in a story. It really should. She needs to explain her actions, man. She needs to explain her actions. She saw it clear. She didn't even not see it. She didn't even not see it. Man, I hope she joins the Imperium. Imagine if Jessica Carr is the female member of Imperium. Turns out she's a screwy ref. The tap, man. How is that not a finish? Boos raining down for Gunther. I really don't. I don't know about that. Doesn't make Gunther look great. Sheamus got screwed. It wasn't a tap. What, you mean the bit where he physically taps? You mean the bit where he taps? That bit. Love when wrestling shows fly by. It's been a while since that. Cole keeps calling it the working man's title. Vince is going to come back tomorrow as the rabbit. Mitchell said, I would love it if Bray's power was whatever wrestler he led, he showed them what they really want. Kind of like how Loki's scepter worked in the Avengers. He takes each wrestler down a rabbit hole. Mitchell, shout out to you. He didn't tap out. He only tapped 2 times. It requires 3 taps to tap out, says Corvids. I honestly do not know that that's true. I honestly do not know that that's true. That has not been a rule that I have ever heard, that you have to tap out 3 times for a tap out. At what point have we ever looked at a tap and gone 1, 2? Oh, no, it's only 2. I honestly, if that's a rule I don't know. I'm actually going to Google it now. Do you have to tap 3 times for a tap out? There's a thing on Reddit. Don't know. I mean, it's on Reddit. Someone said, how many taps? Is there a guideline? And this person said, I don't think there's an official amount of taps. It's more common sense or ref's discretion. So, honestly, if it's 3 taps, that has never been made clear. And I don't know that to be true. I really, really don't. I would seriously question that. Because even the commentators there didn't ever mention that. Even if that is a rule, the commentators would be straight on it, wouldn't they? If that's the finish and the rule is you have to tap 3 times, the commentators would have been like, he only tapped twice, it doesn't count. Never mentioned it. I've never heard that. Never heard that. Never heard that. I'd have to say no. You only need 1 tap, says Moondog. It's 3 taps or more in a row. 2 taps could be considered someone balancing themselves. In jiu-jitsu, it's a tap. a tap is 2 or more. 2 taps still counts. Even in UFC says slippery routes. I don't think the 3 tap thing's a thing. I really don't. I have not seen a referee looking at the number of taps and counting them. It's never been in UFC or anything. As soon as someone taps, because you can have a verbal tap as well. So, do you know what I mean? If someone's like on their way out, someone couldn't say that they tap and they quit and that will end it. But we've seen so many tap outs in UFC. I have never, when the oxygen is going and you can, you've got a tap. I don't know that anyone's looking at that going, no, they've only tapped once. They've only tapped once. Like, they can't really mean it. So if you tap twice, it doesn't count. I'm going to go on record as to say I don't think that's a rule. I don't think that's a rule. If it turns out to be a rule, I am happy to be in the wrong. I'm happy to be in the wrong, but you're allowed up to 10 taps before they call it. I love the idea that you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah. Like this, and you can play around with the number of taps. My reading of it was that if you put your hand down once and you're like, grimacing, you're like trying to battle through it. I understand a referee could look at that and go, nah, that's just them like digging deep, if you know what I mean. Like that's not a tap, that's them trying to get better leverage. Do you know what I mean? Like if someone goes and they're like battling through it, that putting your hand down wouldn't be regarded as a tap. But I think what we just saw there was clearly the hand, unless he's verbally saying at the same time, like, I'm not giving up, I can do this. If he's saying something like that at the same time, but tapping, maybe the referee's looking at the whole picture and saying, like, clearly he's not tapping out. He's telling me he's not tapping out. But we're not privy to that. We're not privy to if he's actually saying that or not. And I doubt he is. Everyone watching will have seen the taps. That needs explaining. I don't like it. Let's be honest, I don't like it. I didn't like it when it happened to Liv. I don't like it now it's happening to Gunther. There's no double standards here. I don't like it. The only thing that I would say is that it makes me feel like Sheamus should be champion now, just like I felt that Ronda should have been champion at SummerSlam. The difference is Liv was a face. So it was bad for her because she needs cheers and she ended up getting boos. Gunther is a heel, so he gets boos anyway. Now the boos are going to be louder because people will look at him as not being rightful champion and not really having that championship and shouldn't have that championship. So, the heat that he will get will be fine. It'll be easy for him to absorb it. It's just not great heat, is it? Like, we need to be building Gunther up as a monster heel, not someone that, is potentially quitting, but for some reason the referee doesn't give it. They need to do an interview because we need to see what she says first. Before I'm going to go, when I do my review, I'm not going to go too off on it because I need to see what she says. Because she could turn around and go, well, she'll have to explain it. She'll have to explain as to why clearly there was a tap there and she hasn't called it. So, listen, she might turn around and say there wasn't 3 taps and she could agree with Corbett and that might be a thing. Or she could turn around and say, he was verbally telling me at the same time, verbally telling me that he wasn't quitting. I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. So when he tapped in that moment, I knew that was him trying to fire himself up. So I knew that was not a submission. He was not quitting in that moment. She might say something like that. We'll have to wait and see, eh? We'll have to wait and see. Right. Okay. I am going to, I think it was a botch. Do you know, it might have been, yeah, she will know what the finish was meant to be. And you're absolutely right. It could be a botch and they might now have to do a little bit of work to try and save it. It could be that he was like trying to fire himself up and trying to battle through. The only problem is by doing that, you give up. So it could be a botch. You could be absolutely right. It could be just in that moment didn't think. So they can save it. There's ways they can save it, but they need to save it. So, yeah, we'll talk about that, though. I'm going to go and get this White Rabbit video done. Big thank you to everyone that joined us. Really appreciate the support. This one wasn't as disrupted as usual. Still a lot of disruption. But the White Rabbit thing wasn't as deep tonight. So not as much disruption. We will be back in about 40-odd minutes over on the second channel for the review as usual. So we are doing the review, but it'll be over on the second channel. We'll go deeper into that, and maybe by the time that starts, there might be like a YouTube exclusive, social media exclusive, something like that, where we can get a bit more clarity around what's actually happened and like the fallout of it. So yeah, we'll cover that in that video. Awesome. Thanks for watching, and I will see you over there in a bit. If not, hopefully I will see you tomorrow as we do obviously a massive Extreme Rules watch along. So that coming up as well. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.